What's up, everybody? Three and a possible here. I'm Will Starnes.
Devion Hicks.
Joe Davis.
Joe Davis, Devion Hicks. All right, let's get it. It's getting to be the exciting time of the NBA regular season. We got playoffs approaching, which means end of the year awards are starting to creep into people's minds. So we are going to talk about the latest NBA news. We're going to talk about little play-in tournament situations, and then, as requested by one of our top fans on Facebook, we are going to go into the all NBA teams 1 through 3. We're going to give each of our own lists. I already saw that Carl already gave us his in the Facebook comments. Appreciate it. We're going to try and do this every week, where we ask for a little input from you guys, and you guys give us some topics, and we'll discuss it on the show. So let's get it started. Big game this past Friday. Oh, and before we even get started, happy Mother's Day, David. We were recording on Sunday, May 9th, Mother's Day. Shout out to all the fantastic mothers out there. All right, let's get it started. This past Friday, the Lakers and the Trailblazers had a really big game. They were tied in the standings at 6th. Loser was going to go down to the 7th seed, which would put them in the play-in tournament. Also, the winner got the tiebreaker between the two if they were to finish tied at the end of the season. Lakers lost a close game. I know a lot of people were concerned about AD. AD had kind of tweaked an ankle, which then turned into back spasms the day before. He was able to play, had a really good game. It wasn't quite enough. Lakers lose and are now 1.5 back from the Trailblazers at 6. Looking like, to me, they're pretty locked into that play-in tournament. My resident Laker fans, Joe, let's have you start it off. Any chance the Lakers get out of that play-in situation, or are they kind of stuck there?
I'm not really worried about what seed the Lakers get. I'm just worried about their health. And what worries me more than anything is Anthony Davis. He's fragile. It don't really take much for him to get hurt. And if he's not going to be healthy come playoff time, it's going to be dangerous because they look a little Cleveland Cavalierish out there when they don't have LeBron.
Facts. Devion, what you think? How you feeling about your Lakers?
This was funny. He always says something funny. Basically what Joe said, for I'm really worried about the health. Not really worried about the gameplay. We lost by like 5 or 6. No LeBron.
Right.
You know, AD does this. I'm really worried about him because kind of late in the season to be tweaking back problems. You know, that's the person I'm really worried about. So, you know, but if he's cool, I'm not really worried about being in 7th seed. I don't really see, you know, we gonna be fine. And then whoever first round.
Yeah, you ever worried about AD if he's actually injured or if he's hurt, and he just don't like playing hurt?
Yeah, I don't want to hear nothing with him about back problems. Nothing that scared me because he without him, bro, we over with. I don't want LeBron to go like that, bro. You know, because we might get lucky with like one round. After that, we over with.
Yeah, we need him.
Yeah,
I don't see it past second round. One of those things. Well, I mean, I don't even know about getting out of the first round with the way the Lakers are positioned right now. Maybe they could, but if they're going to be a 7th seed, that means they're going to see either Utah or Phoenix. So, I mean, that's a tough ask for LeBron at this stage of his career because, especially Utah having Gobert, which would make LeBron's life a little harder, making him expend a little more energy. Yeah, man, it's going to be tough. I mean, honestly, the first playing game could even be tough depending on who they get if it's just LeBron out there, because who knows what Schroeder's going to look like when he comes back. I'm not sure if he's just in protocols or if he actually got COVID himself.
Facts.
You know, I haven't heard a lot of info on that. So
yeah, if you're the Lakers,
we've seen that impact people right when they come back if they actually had COVID. So
that's true.
It's a lot of things going on for the Lakers. And Kuzma, I was complimentary of him a while ago. It's back to the same old Kuzma for me now.
Slim Shady.
He's iffy. He's just iffy.
He really is.
He did terrible. He almost had more turnovers than he did points. Like, dude is just. I really just want to. I'm trying to ride for bro, and he don't help me out doing stuff like this.
No.
He a clown.
But it's hard to play that role, though. It's hard to play that role in LeBron.
Nope, I ain't hear that.
He was not expected to play that role. He thought he was going to be a star, and then LeBron came. He thought he was going to be the number 2 man, and then AD came. He thought he was going to be the number 3 man.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Joe. Like those guys have been out, so he's had the opportunity to take it, and he did it for a few games, but he hasn't been able to do it consistently. And like right now, there's no LeBron. He's out there with AD, and that should be a fairly good, compliment. The one thing that really concerns me, and it's funny because it was deemed such a great signing and a big signing when you listen to all the national coverage, and I think all of us even liked it fairly well. But Andre Drummond has been. I mean, I understand he was brought there to play with LeBron, so I get that. But the thing that I don't like is it's giving AD the excuse to be the spacer, the spot up shooter. It's giving him too much of an excuse to do that. It's too clogged. I know AD doesn't want to be the 5 for whatever reason, but that's when they're their best. When AD is the big man out there, the lone big man, space the floor. He didn't have to bang down low. He can still get the ball out on the wing and drive. That's when they're their best. When they have Drummond out there, it's just too cluttered.
Yeah, and I think that's Frank Vogel's fault. I think they're doing too much to get Andre Drummond involved in the offense. He should just go out there and play. Just go out there and play. They're doing too many post up and give him the ball. That's not what he's there to do. He's there to rebound and be a big body and give them offense when they need it occasionally. But they do focus way too much on, okay, here's a set play, post up, give him the ball, and let him do his thing. And it's just not working with the Lakers.
Well, the thing is with Drummond, he's never been like that guy. You just throw him the ball and let him go to work. He was never.
With the Pistons, that's what he was doing.
Not really. He gets the majority of his points off of pick and rolls, offensive rebounds, putbacks. He's never just been like an AD where okay, he's standing at the elbow, you just throw it up to him. Boom,
no. He has to be posted up perfectly, and then you pass it to him.
He's got to be fully set up to score.
Exactly.
Clean up man for sure. But 4 points, hey bro, he got to do better.
That's not enough.
Name like that.
You know what I'd honestly like to see the Lakers do with Drummond? Move him to the bench. I think he could be so much more impactful coming off the bench. Don't play him with AD. Play him almost make it completely opposite their minutes. AD plays, say, 28 minutes. Drummond plays the other 20.
Why can't he just be JaVale McGee? Seriously, you don't have to do that much. Just run and try on defense a little bit. That's all he has to do.
Yeah, but I mean, when you look at the Lakers' success in the playoffs last year, they pretty much stopped using McGee with AD. Yeah. Depending on the team, they might want to play them together. If they play a Denver or even a Utah, just to kind of match their size. But a lot of these teams, if you play the Suns and you try and put both of them out there, the Suns are going to kill you. It's going to murder them.
They probably should split them up like that because playing them together, even though my boy AD was smacking those threes and his outside shots, I feel you. I don't want to really plan out there.
I hate that.
All right. So I think they probably should split them up.
Yeah. Because it's not like you can't
the way it's looking like this. Man, them bums. He played like a bum, just like Kuzma did. Caruso was playing better than Kuzma, and that's just sad. KCP playing better than Kuzma at times, and that's sad. So you might need to spread them out just to hopefully give us some type of a battery in our back sometimes.
KCP's a better spot-up shooter than Kuzma. It's ridiculous.
Bro, we might need to fall to the 8th seed and play Utah first round, bro. Because we play
a better matchup.
First round, bro, the way we playing, if we ain't healthy, bro, it might be a wrap. It for real might be a bad exit for us. Just keep
and Devion, that's an interesting point though, because if you think about the way that the seeds are going to work out now, that would require the Lakers to almost intentionally lose
3
their
games.
first play-in game. Well, they're just their first play-in game.
Oh, that one is.
And then have an all-or-nothing game against the 9-10 seed, whichever one they would play. Like, I don't know if you want to play with that much fire. That'd be a lot of risk. Like, I think the Lakers should feel confident if they get all their team back against anybody. They should, like, the way I would think of it is like, all right, even if we were the 1 seed, at some point we're gonna have to play one of these other big teams.
They got a week. They got a week.
Yeah, I don't want to play.
That's the problem.
That's the problem. I just don't want to play.
I think LeBron could play right now. I think LeBron could play right now if it was playoffs. Yeah. I think LeBron could play.
I do too.
Yeah. Because I think I'm worried about AD. I'm not really worried about LeBron and the rest of them. I think they'll fall in line with LeBron in a way, but it's just AD who really just like scare. That's who really scares me, bro. If he tweaks anything, I'm just gonna be like, here we go with this.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. We'll see.
All right. Let's talk about some history that happened. Let's talk about some history that happened last night. So Russell Westbrook tied Oscar Robertson's career record of triple doubles at 182. I mean, the man's just a monster.
Insane.
And we honestly he doesn't get the love that he deserves. This is 4 out of 5 seasons he's averaged a triple double for the year. I mean, that's incredible. People take it for granted. And what I always find so funny is there's like a significant amount of people that will always accuse him of stat padding. And my thing, yeah, a little bit, yeah. But here's my thing. I got two things to say about this stat padding bullshit, because that's exactly what it is bullshit. One, if it was so easy, why doesn't everyone else do it? Like, why are more of the why has LeBron never done it? You know, LeBron cares about individual achievements, and I'm not saying that in a bad way. He does, and there's nothing wrong with that. He could have then done it. Why didn't? There's a lot of people that could have done it. Why didn't Derrick Rose do it? Why didn't all these other James Harden? You know, like, why didn't all these other stat darlings ever do it? No, because it's actually not that hard. 2, it's said mostly about his rebounds, and they say it in a way where they say it's like detrimental to the team. And I promise you, if you ask any coach, if you were going to guarantee them the rebound and they could pick what player would get the rebound, it would be their point guard. Because you don't have to take time to then pass the ball to him. He can just take it and go. Like that's great for your transition offense.
It's designed in the offense. Exactly. It's designed in the offense. They box out and let Russell Westbrook get a couple rebounds so he can just get the offense going so they can run.
You would never tell a point guard to not get the rebound if they could. It makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
Especially in today's NBA where they try and get more possessions, get up and down quicker. Why would you take time away then of getting, let's make sure that Alex Len grabs the rebound so he can then shove it to Westbrook. No, Westbrook just going to take that bitch and go.
If it was that easy, LeBron would have 250 triple doubles.
Especially
he doesn't. Exactly.
He'd clear the whole floor like that, for real.
It's amazing.
Hey, shout out to my boy, for real, bro. I'm glad and I hope he gets it in the playoffs too, because I'm tired of people hating on him. Because if this was Curry, bro, that'd be like, oh, can he do it? Oh, he's gonna make it. Like, bro, they don't get my man. No, they just don't like him. That's all. They just don't like him.
Russ is gonna get 3 more before the season's over.
Man,
probably. Dude is in a zone right now.
Yeah, bro, and it's not like they win when he does this, bro.
Exactly.
He's losing, bro. He wins. Like, what else you got to do, bro? Like,
the man can score 0 points for the rest of the season and still average a triple-double. Insane.
Anybody else, bro? Let it be Steph or somebody. Let it be Dame. They'll be out here.
Yep. And Devion, just to add further context and proof to this bullshit that always gets spewed, we have a little group chat for our podcast, and Devion sent this graphic that Basketball Forever tweeted. The team's record in Russell Westbrook's triple doubles, they win 75% of the time. So last night makes them 133 and 44 when Russell Westbrook gets a triple double.
So he's not out there in
like
garbage time. He's not out there in garbage time just getting rebounds and easy wide open assists.
Yeah, like it's winning basketball.
Bro, they giving him rebounds. It don't matter when he gets a triple-double. They're losing. He's just getting a triple-double for no reason. Like, what else? The numbers go against everything that people saying. They still hating on him. And now, when they get in the playoffs and Brad Beal win the scoring title, hopefully, bro.
It's close.
Title, what they going to say about him then? You know what I'm saying? And don't let them go. Don't let them get no type of momentum and upset nobody. Now, I don't know.
And so something that should not be overlooked in last night's game was Brad Beal dropping a smooth 50-piece in regulation to go with Russ's historic triple-double. Now, the one thing that is just going to really piss me off, Brad tweaked a hamstring, did not play overtime. Hopefully it's nothing major and they don't have to miss games or anything. But Brad is now half a point behind Curry for the scoring title because Curry even acknowledged, I saw Brad had 50 and then went out and dropped 49 last night. So, I mean, just insane basketball that we're getting to see.
I love it.
It's amazing. So do you guys think that Brad can retake the scoring title from Curry? He's led it the majority of the season. But as we know, April came and Curry decided he was just going to take everything to another level. So what do you guys think? Do you think Curry holds on? Do you think Brad takes it? Devion, start with you.
That's a coin flip because when Curry get hot like this, I know I'll be on bro line, but when he get hot like this, bro, it's
nothing you can do. You got to guard him from the half-court line.
And then I don't know. I might say Curry because I don't know about Brad Beal's actual injury or not. So if he comes back, I think Brad Beal got what it takes to actually go get it. But if he don't come back, it's like so I probably lean more towards Curry because I'm just not sure about that injury. But Brad Beal play, I'm giving it to him. I definitely think he'll get it if he plays.
Joe?
I think Brad's going to get his, but Steph is only a half game up of not making it in the play-in game, and I think he realizes he needs to go ham for his team to win this last week. I think he's going to show out this last week because the Grizzlies are right behind him, and the Grizzlies are good. You can't sleep on the Grizzlies. So
it's tough. I mean, they both have intriguing games. So one thing that also needs to be looked at is the Wizards are a game and a half from 8th right now to basically give themselves an extra game of cushion to get into the playoffs. Yep. So they've definitely got some to play for as well. But it's like, the Wizards aren't going to go from 9th to 8th. They're not going to put Brad's hamstring at risk. So it really all depends on how bad that hamstring is. I'm probably leaning Curry's going to hold on to it too. Obviously hope Brad gets it, but. Man, it's been so fun to watch them play. And Debbie and I were talking about this before the show started, but I'm very convinced if Brad hadn't tried to play through a hip injury in the middle of the season, he would never relinquish the scoring title lead because he was putting up some 18, 19, 20-point games while he was dealing with that hip injury. Yeah. So
think if his team was better at the beginning of the season because of COVID and they literally only had 7 people to play. You know how tired you get? He probably
he was going to do everything for that team.
Yeah, he probably would have been the scoring title.
Yeah, he get about 334, like we were saying, about 33, 34 for sure. Mm-hmm. Easily. I think it won't even be close. Hopefully he gets something because it ain't looking good for him. But Curry out here balling. Bro out here. I don't like saying that, but I'm a Curry hater. But he out here balling for sure. So
can't take it away from him.
I can't. He a chump still, but
right. And he'd be dancing on it.
It's not even Curry's fault, bro. Like I know you too well, Devin. You don't even dislike Curry for Curry. You dislike Curry because of his fans.
Yes,
his fans are what do it to you.
That's what it is. He jealous.
That's how I feel. The fans.
Everything. in the start of Steph's getting famous and his height early on, a lot of the NBA players didn't like him because they said he was getting a lot of popularity because he light skinned. A lot of NBA players said, look at his article in the Undefeated on ESPN. NBA players were upset saying he was getting all this pub because he's light skinned.
Yeah,
he was a media darling, that's for sure.
Exactly.
I remember you.
All right, so
but dude, a clown.
All right, so we're gonna take a look at the play-in game situations here. So one key game that just went final about an hour before we started recording was the first of two big Heat Celtics games, and the Heat kind of gave me a little scare. They were up big in the second quarter, up 26. It tightened up at the end, but Heat held on to win. So they go up 2 games on Boston with, I think, each team having 4 games left. So this last game on Tuesday will be obviously really big. If the Heat win that one, that will, I believe, it clinch them into the 6th seed because they would be up 3 with 3 to play plus own the tiebreaker. So big game on Tuesday. I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch any of that game as it was going on live, but it was a good game. Celtics did not come out very strong, and I think it's a good time to kind of pick up on a conversation we were having last week about the Celtics teams, like what is missing. And it honestly, that game just kind of confirmed to me that they need a different point guard. Kemba Walker is just not it for them. He doesn't control the game like some of the best point guards. And I think it just took them way too long to get into understanding the offense and understanding the flow of the game. Joe, you said you were watching it a little bit. What'd you think?
Man, they're so inconsistent. They always start so slow and then they try to make a huge comeback. I don't know what's going on because they have talent. They got some players. Mm-hmm. I mean, they don't have a lot of great role players, but they got some good players to where they should be better than what they are. And you see it sometimes when they get off, when they come back from behind down 25, you see they had the raw talent to come back down 25 against teams. So I don't understand. Yeah, something has to change. And I guess it's got to be the coach because what else can you change?
GM. But Devion, go ahead.
that doesn't change the play on the court, though. That'll change the players on the court, but it's not going to change the play on the court.
That's because they got a bunch of shooting guards. I think Kemba's a shooting guard. Low key, you see how good Brooklyn looks when they got Kyrie playing shooting guard and Harden playing point guard. That's Kemba. Like Kemba's not a point guard at all. So, and I don't know how they trying to use him, but it ain't gonna work. They'll sell some tickets and you'll win a few games, but when it's like the club.
Low key, they want Pritchard to be the point guard.
Well, they need to do something. What if I get rid of Kemba? They're going to get rid of him.
You know what I think really also kind of screwed up their plans was Hayward leaving because Hayward could kind of play that point forward position, kind of help them remain organized, and him dipping kind of screwed up that whole plan there. But there's just something missing with that team. They just they don't do anything great. That's just kind of what I noticed. Like they don't have anything that they can fall back on besides just give the ball to Tatum, which is a good option. But Tatum, as much as I love him, he's not at the top tier of ISO creators in the NBA. So it's like that's just not enough to hang. Like if you have a Kobe, Durant, you can rely on it. That can be the thing you hang your hat on. But like, they need to, years past they could hang their hat on defense. They can't do that anymore.
Yeah, Tatum's a good ISO player. His foot speed's just a little slow, so that's why he has to be creative with all those post moves and different things that he does because his foot speed's just a little too slow to be that ISO guy like you're talking like a Kobe.
Yeah, and Tatum. And this is like kind of I have this thought that I haven't like completely put out there, but like with the way AAU basketball is going and like how players are kind of coming up now, it's so much more focused on individual ability, like how you can score within an ISO.
Oh, yeah, he's a black hole for sure.
It's just there's a missing. You still have to understand the team elements of basketball. You can develop all those individual skills, and that's great. Like I'm not knocking anybody for doing that. Drew Hanlon, his trainer, also Brad Beal's trainer, trains a lot of really good NBA players: Levine, Embiid, RJ Barrett. Like he's cold in the training world. But you have to still put the time in to understand how the team goes. Because I was watching what the Heat were doing to him defensively, and it was I was a little shocked that Tatum couldn't understand like how to be a little more effective. The Heat in the first half were pretty much throwing double teams at him, soft doubles at him. They would there was one play he was in the left corner. I forget who was his primary defender, but Ariza was guarding someone else, but not really. He was standing like 5 feet away from Tatum. And Tatum, instead of inviting the double team like a good player would or a smart player would, he fades away from the double team and ends up taking a step back, either long 2 or corner 3. And that's just he missed it. So that's just not good, efficient basketball. Invite the double team, create for somebody else. Like that's what you do when a team if they are telegraphing a double. Take it, move the basketball. The Celtics are a great cutting team. He needs to understand that level of basketball much better before they're going to take off.
I know he spent a summer with Kobe before Kobe died, so I know he definitely has that Kobe mentality. You give him the ball, he's shooting it, man. I'm telling you, he's not getting you more than 4 assists.
Even Kobe gets his rap of like, oh, he was such an ISO player, making bad shots and whatnot, but Kobe understood all of that. Kobe could receive a double team and then make the right play out of it.
If he trusted you, he gonna pass you the ball.
Yeah. Devion, what you think?
Celtics suck.
Hey.
I don't want to say nothing about them, but hey, bro, I ain't mad about Tatum though. Low key on that shot y'all talking about. I'm not mad about him with that. He going for a superstar moment. So I low key give me.
Oh no, I'm not mad about that shot.
In the second quarter.
It's just his overall game.
That second quarter, but I still want him to take it no matter what.
I mean, I want him taking shots, but you have to understand, like you're in the process of losing by 20 plus points. Taking a contested step back jump shot is not going to be what gets your team over the edge.
I didn't know it was that because I didn't really watch that game. I don't want to say what I want to say, but that's a dumb shot. Stupid shot.
It is a dumb shot. It was a really dumb shot.
I don't trust nobody on my team to make it, so I'm going to shoot it. That's what that is.
Low key. Low key, that's what that is.
Right.
For real, though, if you think about who's their third best player.
Well, especially today, like right now, Jaylen Brown did not play for the third straight game. So, yeah. I mean,
who's their second best player then? Because it's not Kemba.
Marcus Smart.
I mean, it is. Fournier dropped 30 today. He can be a nice player for him every once in a while, but.
So, yeah, they're really just not that talented of a roster.
No.
It's almost like they need a better GM or something.
Just a bunch of people thrown together. Bunch of game players or second-tier players thrown together. Hopefully they're going to do it, But, they beat the odds. Now they won with a bunch of second-tier players.
To Will's credit, Danny Ainge did mess up their chemistry by trying to force Gordon Hayward to play when he was still injured. Trying to put that man out there when he shouldn't have been playing 20 minutes a night. They were forcing him in the starting lineup.
They're gonna have to.
Well, and they also just handled they got such a blessing in disguise when Hayward got hurt. Like finding all these really good, talented young players, and then they just the very next year just completely screwed it up by
they wanted Hayward to be the star.
Yeah, just gifting Hayward the starting role. It's like no, you just had these young, hungry guys earn it. You can't just then give it away. Like you got to make Hayward earn it back. Let him come back from the injury, like you're saying, Joe. Give him 20 minutes a night. Let him find his own groove, and then if he's that much better, then he should take it eventually, and let him take it. But whatever. I'm not mad at.
Yeah.
I love when Boston teams lose, so I'm cool with it.
Yeah, let them do what they're doing. They're doing a perfectly fine job. Losers.
All right, so let's look at the play-in situation. So. Let's start on the West. The Lakers are sitting in 7th. Like I said, they're a game behind Portland, but also don't have the tiebreakers. They're essentially a game and a half behind Portland. Golden State has jumped up into the 8th seed. They're a half game up on Memphis. And then San Antonio kind of more distantly in the 10th seed, 32 and 35. They are 2 games behind Memphis. So it looks like we have the teams all set. The only team that I could see dropping out of the whole both sides is maybe Indiana. They've got a tough last four or 5 games, but so do the Bulls that are chasing them. But anyways, on the West, how do you guys see the play-in situation going? So just so we're clear for our listeners, 7 seed plays 8 seed. Winner is given the winner wins the 7th seed for the playoffs. Then the loser of 7 and 8 plays the winner of 9 and 10, and that winner gets the 8th seed. So how do you guys, if this is how they're going to fall, Lakers 7, Warriors 8, Memphis 9, Spurs 10, how do you guys see that playing out into the playoffs? Who's going to fall where? Devion, let's start with you. So first games would be Golden State versus Lakers. Who do you think wins that one?
Tough. I'm a fan. Yeah. I'm going to say the Lakers, but realistically, I don't know. With that.
All right, I'll pose it to you better this way. One of those teams would go. Do you see – I think we all would say Memphis is going to beat San Antonio in the 9th.
Yes.
Okay, bro, I think Memphis might slide bro. I don't know because it's like the Warriors, they got to win, two games in a row, right?
Warriors own the 8th seed right now. They are 8.
But all they gotta lose one game, then Memphis is right there. Memphis been on a little tear too, so so that's what I'm saying. That's a toss up. It's really gonna depend on if Curry gonna keep playing the way he playing, and he gonna have to single handedly take them to the 8th seed.
They play the Jazz tomorrow.
And Ja Morant.
The Lakers play the Suns tonight too, so they could both fall. So.
Do I got more faith in Ja Morant getting the job done than Steph Curry? Is the question. I really don't. It might just be 7/8 like how it is. It's just be fun to watch. But this might just be it.
Joe, what do you think? I'm assuming you're gonna take the Lakers to win the 7-8 game.
I am, but if you're the Lakers, you got to be healthy. You got to take that game serious because, if Steph drops 49, if you're not healthy, you don't have LeBron 100%, and you don't have AD 100%, you could lose that game for real. Because if AD's not healthy, Draymond could lock him up.
Do you guys see either the Lakers or the Warriors losing to the winner of that 9-10 game?
No.
No. Memphis is nice. I love Memphis. They fun to watch, but I mean, some nights Ja gives you 24, some nights he gives you 12. He's just not there yet for me to say he can upset somebody in the playoffs.
That's what I said. It might be.
I think Memphis could potentially beat Golden State, just because they're so dependent on Curry, and if Curry just happens to have
a bad night, who's going to bail them out?
Nobody.
Andrew Wiggins. Fuck no. Draymond Green? No. Like that's the thing. And Memphis has a lot of guys that will not mind getting down and gritty with Curry. So I could see that being a tougher matchup for Golden State. I still would pick Golden State, but Golden State is more of a toss-up to me. If it's the Lakers, I just don't. Assuming LeBron is just 70%, I don't see them having anybody for him.
Jared Jackson is coming back for the Memphis Grizzlies.
He's back. He's been playing pretty good. He's playing a lot better than I thought he would with how much time he missed. But yeah, I mean they're interesting. All right, so let's look at the East then. So the East right now would be Boston playing Charlotte in the 7-8. So let's start there. Joe, who would you pick in Boston, Charlotte?
I'm taking Charlotte. LaMelo Ball he's gonna shine. He's gonna be.
They're another team that needs to get healthy because I think Hayward's still missing games. But Devontae Graham's been missing games. So.
But they're young, and I think they're gonna be hyped that they're in that situation. And they just gonna come in and they're gonna put on a show. I love watching them play, and I think it's actually a good matchup for them. It's pretty equal.
Yeah. Devion, what do you think?
Mm-hmm. I don't know, bro, because Washington knock one of them out. So, yeah.
I don't know. Well, Washington could chase down Charlotte for the 8th seed. They're a game and a half out, but let's just assume that this is how it's going to lay for now. Next week we'll be able to really dive into
Charlotte. I'll probably take Charlotte because I have no faith in Boston, and they just like Joe. I think Joe said that earlier. It's like they like chasing leads. So, I think and LaMelo, I got a lot more faith in him. Like he actually solid, even with the injuries and everything, he's still performing. So, got more faith in him than the Celtics.
In the play-in games, he's the second best point guard in the East in those play-in games.
Yeah,
it's Russ than him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll buy that. I'll take him over Kemba right now.
Yeah.
I think I would still go Boston. I do think there is something to say that Boston has this core team has been to the playoffs.
That's true.
3 times. I think that will help them in this situation. Charlotte, they're a lot of fun, but if Hayward's not going to be healthy, I don't know. It's so hard with their injury problems because they're all more nagging injuries.
But then, what do you think Scary Terry's going to do against Boston though?
Him and Hayward, they both. Yeah, I'm sure they both
want to get that revenge a little bit. Yeah.
But is that going to be a good thing? Are they going to get? Right. Are those
trying to take all the shots?
Yeah, because Boston do got that experience.
But one thing I love about Charlotte is they really do share the ball. Like there really isn't much hero ball with Charlotte at all. They move that thing. Mm-hmm. I want to say like top 3 in the NBA, if I'm not mistaken, in terms of assists per game.
Yeah.
Like they move the ball really, really well. They're a lot of fun. LaMelo likes the flair a little too much for me right now, but you can't really argue with the results. So
you didn't like that Magic Johnson pass?
I mean, I loved it just from watching it. But in terms of like, if I'm rooting for that team, like I don't know that I want to see my point guard doing that too often.
I mean, he hasn't done what Steph has done. Behind the back pass in the finals, trying to throw it to Clay and throw it out of bounds. I'm saying he hasn't done nothing like that yet. When he does something flashy, it works. So I'm cool with it as long as it works.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would take Boston slightly. So then we would have Washington and Indiana. Devion, you rolling with the Wizards?
Yeah, we already know. You can skip me. You know who I'm going to. Washington.
Yeah, I'm the Wizards. Yeah. Sabonis would have to have a crazy triple double like he did earlier. That's the only. Even if he did that, it's still not enough, probably.
Bonus big.
All right. So we all got Washington. What do you think about Washington then playing Boston in your guys' case, or Charlotte in my case for that last place, the 8th seed in the playoffs? Joe, let's start with Joe on this one. What do you think?
I think it's a toss-up. I really do. I think it's going to be a close-ass game, and it can go either way. I have no idea who's going to win that game. Like nothing. I have no idea. Between the Hornets or it would be Boston between the Wizards, I have no idea. I really don't. I think that would be a tough, fun game to watch.
Devion?
Yeah, I give you that. It'd be fun to watch, but I think Russ a different animal, bro. He's there right now too. I don't see how I don't see how he gets an opportunity to get himself in that 8th seed. Don't see him fumbling. Sorry, I don't see it happening. That's why I think they just go sneak right in.
Yeah. To me, it don't matter who they play, Boston or Charlotte. I'm taking the Wizards.
Man,
I just think. Like if I had to rank the teams in the East right now, just on purely who I think is the best, like outside of those top 3, the Heat and Washington are fairly heads and shoulders to me above New York, Atlanta, like those teams. Like I think those two in terms of just everything pushed to the middle, who's going to go win the game, I trust those two more than I trust the others. Even though New York's having a nice season, and I don't want to hate. Like I'm not. It's not an indictment on them. It's how good I feel about those other two. So I'm taking Washington against whoever. I think they're going to get that
That's fair.
That last seed. And I wouldn't be surprised, like you guys were mentioning before, if they actually jumped Charlotte these last few games to get the 8 seed. And then Boston's in trouble.
Yes.
Assuming Boston doesn't flip-flop with the Heat to send the Heat back.
It would be so great to see Tatum versus Beal in a playoff game.
That would be a lot of fun.
Amazing. Brad has 5. Brad has 5 50-point games. Jason Tatum has 2? And I think Steph Curry has 3. Only players in the league with multiple 50-point games this season. 2 of them from Chaminade.
That'd be dope.
SeaWorld.
Yeah, just
Let's go, baby.
Chaminade.
Rah for Chaminade. Hey, watch us rack up the score.
Remember all the chants, huh?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right, let's get to the Facebook comment or the Facebook topic of the day, the All NBA teams. So we're gonna give you All NBA first, second, and third teams. But first, before we give you the teams, let's just talk about the positional allowances. So this has changed slightly. Joe, you've done the research on this. Joe, why don't you just break it down so everyone understands how we're putting players in at different spots?
Well, yeah, for the All NBA teams, they came out with a thing called position flexibility. So if you're a guard, if you play at least 6.09 minutes per game as a forward, you can be slotted at the forward position. If you're a center and you play at least 6 minutes at the forward, power forward, or just forward, you can be slotted in at forward. So it just gives them more flexibility to add players in at different positions to give them their due justice, which also comes into play since the max contracts are involved now on. You got to be an all NBA team.
Yeah, that ticks up the amount that your max is.
Exactly.
So it is important for the players to actually get these awards. And just one thing I want to slightly correct. There's no center position anymore. As of last year, they got rid of centers. So your Jokic or your Embiid, they're considered forwards. So real quick, Devion, what do you think about how they've kind of tweaked this to allow a little more flexibility? Do you like it or do you dislike it?
I'm cool with it. It won't make you feel as bad when you don't have to pick a center, just because you feel like you got to throw one in there. So I don't really think I don't know. I think it's evening it up and stuff like that. It's just people like Gobert and stuff gonna have to worry about who being in there now.
All right, that's true.
To me, I'm just not trying to be bogus. I'm trying to be fair, bro. But people like Embiid and like Jokic, I think they still will be able to, slide in there and stuff. So
okay, so we'll say if it was a healthy season and you want to put Kawhi and LeBron in there, but what if they vote LeBron in at guard because he's the main ball handler? Would you be okay with LeBron being at a guard?
No, I will push him down to the 4. Like I probably will push him down to the 4. But
here's the thing. I like that though because here's what's pissed me off in the past. You had people like you've had years where like you had Lillard going off, Curry going off, Russ going off, Harden going off. That's 4 really good guards right there.
You can't put them in.
Not being able to slot one of them into a forward, which is still like a wing position, has just like ruined the award because those guys have in the past 3 of those 4 have been all NBA first team caliber players. But because you have to call somebody a guard, it's like, okay, so in the past, Luka has been designated a guard.
Yeah.
Why the hell is Luka a guard and LeBron not?
That's true. That's a good point.
Like they act the same way in the offense, but because LeBron has preferred to be a small forward, he's left at forward, and Luka wants to be considered a point guard. He's a guard. Like it's stupid. So I think this allows more of the best. The top 5 players to get slotted into All NBA first team. So with that being said, we're going to start with our All NBA first team. I'll go first, give you guys the extra few seconds to really debate, and I'm sure you guys will have issues with mine. But
and make sure.
So just so everyone's clear, the format is 2 guards and 3 forwards. That's what we have to work with. So first guard, not in necessarily order of who was better, but Guard Curry. I got Curry on first team. He's been balling, leading the league in scoring. Can't take that away from him. Other guard, Brad Beal. He's been right there back and forth with Curry all year. I don't see how you leave him off of the first team. I'm going to go Giannis at forward. I mean, he has his limitations, but he's like top 5 or 6 in like every category. So it's hard to not put him on there. Right. Y'all are going to kill me for this one. I don't care. Other forward, Jimmy Butler. In terms of just straight impact onto the team, Jimmy Butler's it. NBA.com has a statistic called player impact score, and Jimmy Butler is in the top 5. I believe he's 4th on player impact score, with Curry, Jokic, and Embiid, I believe, are the other 3 ahead of him. So, and then my final forward spot is Jokic. So, and just for clarity, I understand that Embiid has a right or a claim to the top team. I personally am going to try and put 5 players that I could actually foresee being on the court at the same time together. Jokic and Embiid, I would never put out there at the same time, so I'm not putting him on my first team.
This man. So Jimmy Butler is the top five NBA players. What you saying?
Oh man,
that's what you saying,
bro.
This year,
this
year he was a top 5 NBA player.
Yes.
Okay.
Easily.
Okay.
You know he gonna say and he gonna say two-way player.
You know defense matters, right? Like defense does matter in the NBA.
So you gotta win that one.
You can put him on your first team all defense if you want to.
I
don't know if I'd quite go that far, but
you're gonna put him on the first team all NBA?
Yeah, because it's everything. It's everything. He's of those 5 people I just listed. Who's the best defender?
Yeah,
Jimmy Butler.
Yeah,
easily. Easily. Out of anybody that you're gonna out of who?
Oh, you didn't put Giannis. Yeah, you crazy. You put Giannis on there. Giannis can defend.
Giannis is a good help defender. Giannis will get cooked one-on-one.
That's fair. I'll give you that.
There is one person that I have in my top 15, 2 people that I would say are better defenders than Jimmy Butler. One of them has missed too many games for me to pick him on the first team. Now, I think he's played enough to be in the top 3.
Woo.
But yeah, all right, that's my 5. Joe? Give me your top 5.
Say your 5 again. Go over your 5 again. One more time.
All right. To recap, Steph Curry, Brad Beal, Giannis, Jimmy Butler, Jokic. Jokic would be my MVP, so I have to put him. I gotta put him on the first team, obviously.
That's not bad. That's all right. All right. My guards, Curry and Luka. My forwards are Julius Randle and Giannis. And then I got to go with Jokic at the center. He's going to be the MVP, like you said, putting up numbers like Kevin McHale when he was runner-up on MVP, and Larry Bird was the one that beat him out. So that's my 5. Curry, Luka, Randle, Giannis, and Jokic.
Randle's been balling.
Man.
First team seems... So, wait, give me that again.
Give me that again. It's because of injuries.
Curry, Luka,
Randle,
Giannis,
and Jokic. I only put them in there because of the injuries. All the other guys missed a lot of games.
Man.
And no one had the Knicks playing like this, man. And I didn't want to do it. I know it's a lot of hype on the Knicks, but they are a 4 seed. People had the Knicks missing the playoffs.
I think the Knicks have just benefited a lot from being healthier and non-COVID struck.
That's true, but they've been beating good teams too.
Yeah, no, they've had a great season. I'm
this year.
He's obviously, I didn't put him in mind, but I'm not going to have too much injuries with Julius Randle. All right, Devion, first team.
Man, y'all probably gonna kill me on this, but ain't nobody gonna give it to my guy on Phoenix.
No, who? Come on, not first team.
You're not gonna give it to my boy CP3.
Oh Lord!
Not on first team. Not on first team.
You're not gonna give it to him.
Come on, Devion, give us your 5. This is your 5. You're asking us questions. Give us your 5. Say what your chest.
Winning does matter. Winning matters.
Low key, I agree with like most of y'all. The only one I got Curry for sure. I don't like saying it, but and I'm throwing Beal on there because if you don't throw him on, I think you bogus. And I think you just playing favorites. I'm just keeping it G. Giving it to Giannis. I'm giving it to Jokic. And then the one I'm stuck with Because you got me thinking, like, I ain't going to say you convinced me. You got me thinking with Jimmy, bro. I don't know, because I did have Randall. I had Randall, but I'm like, he make a good point with Jimmy, bro. I'm not gonna lie, because when he plays, bro, they win. Like, it's not even close. They win, and he play both sides. I know they happy New York is being New York. That's the only reason why I probably could give him the edge, because New York is just trash, and they actually in the playoffs. So I don't know. I might give it just because of like the hype and all that stuff. I might give my edge to Randall. I might get it Randall.
So you're going Randall for your last. So you got
Randall.
You got Curry, Beal, Giannis, Randall, Jokic. You and Joe got the same first team.
Yes.
All right. I want to put Embiid in there, but I can't
injuries
in there if I got Jokic as my MVP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I know they got rid of the center thing, but it's still just like I need to be able to see the team actually be able to play together. All right, so I'll lead off with my second team then. Ooh. I got Russ, Donovan Mitchell.
You got that one right.
I'm putting Luka as a forward, Kawhi, and Embiid. That's my second team. Russ, he's averaging a triple-double. I honestly feel bogus not putting him on the first team, but I mean, what Curry and Beal did this year was just unreal. Mm-hmm. And Beal, what really did it for me, it was going to have to be between Beal and Russ. And when Russ was early on in the season, still kind of coming back from that knee injury, Beal was really carrying the load on that team. So that's why I think Beal slightly over Russ. But Russ still had an amazing year. So Russ, Mitchell, Luka, Kawhi, and Embiid is my second team.
That's hard,
so
say that one more time.
Russ, Donovan Mitchell, Luka, Kawhi, Joel Embiid.
That's not bad. All right.
Not bad.
All right, Joe.
My guards, Damian Lillard and Chris Paul. My forwards, Kawhi Leonard and Jimmy Butler. And then Joel Embiid.
Okay.
So that's Lillard, Paul, Kawhi, Butler, and Joel Embiid.
You got the last three right for sure. I'll give you the last three.
Oh, man. CP, I don't know.
I had to put CP on there, man. The Phoenix Suns.
They are. They're killing, but.
And Damian Lillard, he does a lot for that Portland team. They're nothing without Damian Lillard. Absolutely nothing. I don't think he get enough respect either.
Yeah.
My thing with Dame is he's just so bad defensively.
He is terrible.
So bad defensively.
I get that.
That's the only thing. But no, I mean Dame's one of the easiest people to root for. I got no issues with Dame there. So okay, so you had give me one more time, Joe.
Dame, CP3, Kawhi Leonard, Jimmy Butler, Joel Embiid.
All right, Devion, what you got?
You got the last three right. I give you Embiid. I give you Jimmy Butler. I give you Kawhi. I'm putting Russ in there because you both. I don't know how you can't like put him in there. Like you're just a bogus dude. Russ, for real. My toss up. I don't know if I want to put like Dame in there or CP3 because I really want to put CP3 in there because what he's doing. But it's easy to put Dame in there because I just like him. But I probably do CP3 low key because look at what he doing. Low key, look at what he doing. And I don't want to just not give him love because he old and CP3 and you expect it from him. You know what I'm saying? Because if Luka, switch him and Luka. You get what I'm saying? Him and Luka, what they doing, and look at the hype that'll go behind it. So I think CP3. I'm going CP3, Russ, Kawhi, Jimmy Butler, and Embiid for sure.
So just to make sure I'm correct on this, you don't have Luka in there yet. You don't have Luka on either first or second team.
He does not.
Wow. All right. All right. Yeah. Third team. All NBA third team. So this is what's going to start to get interesting when we find out who we've completely left out of all of our discussions. So I'm going Dame. Dame is on my third team. I'm going Kyrie.
Oof.
at the forward, and I confirmed this with Joe beforehand, I'm putting Devin Booker. He's played enough minutes to be considered a forward this year. So Devin Booker, Julius Randle, and then I couldn't leave my boy Bam off. Bam's in there.
Yeah. That's why I was like, you gotta put Bam in there. I knew you were put
Dame.
I knew it was.
So recap: Dame, Kyrie, Booker, Randle, Bam is my All NBA third team.
Ooh,
Joe,
that's not bad. I got. I'm going with Bradley Beal, Russell Westbrook.
So disrespectful.
Hey, he made it. Bradley Beal, Russell Westbrook. Hey, winning matters, and they were the worst team in the NBA in the first month and a half. So I'm taking into account the whole NBA season. Okay, so that's why they made 13. Russ and Beal as my guards. Then I'm taking Devin Booker, Paul George, and then I guess I gotta put Rudy Gobert on there, man. I couldn't think of another big. I gotta put Rudy Gobert on there, dog. I guess.
Say yo,
I gotta put Rudy Gobert on there, man.
Hey, bogus, bro. Just throw
again, I got Bradley Beal, Russell Westbrook, Devin Booker, Paul George, and Rudy Gobert.
Bro, you could put Bam in there.
Wasn't that 4 people?
I said Russ,
Beal.
Then I said Devin Booker.
Booker. Okay, Miss Booker.
Paul George, then Rudy Gobert.
You could have put Bam in there instead of him.
I could have, but hey, I kept Donovan Mitchell off, so I thought it was disrespectful to not put at least one Jazz player on there.
Put Mitchell on there and switch some other people down the line.
Bro, you should. Yeah, you're tripping, Joe.
You crazy?
So you put Paul George's little ugly ass in there over Donovan Mitchell.
Yes.
And then I got to put a Jazz player. So you put 2 weaker players on there for no reason. That's what I heard. All right, Devion, go ahead.
Paul George has had a good season, man. Paul George has had a good season.
You know Gobert ain't doing nothing for them, bro. You just putting on there.
I had to put a big man on there.
He's just trying to bother me.
He's
just trying to irritate me.
I had to put a big man.
At least he didn't put Kyle fucking Lowry on there. So we got that much.
Yeah.
Hey, honorable mention. We got honorable mention section. I got the honorable mentions. He's definitely on the honorable mention.
Oh, Lord.
I got him and Chris Middleton as my honorable mentions.
Can't stand this thing.
Yes, sir.
Kyle Lowry, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right, Devion, please restore some sense to this.
All right. I had to think hard about this one.
13's tough.
Yeah, mine gonna be basically a bunch of guards, so I don't really care because of the rule. Low key, Mitchell, because I ain't have him in there. Dame. I can put Luka in there as a forward, and I can put Booker, and I'm putting Bam.
All right, I got respect for that.
That's not bad.
That's solid.
That's why I'm shocked. Like I was like, and those people, low key, the people I named in there, those are some good toss-ups for like the second team too. It's just like
they are.
Low key, I really wanted to put a lot of them in the second team, but it's just like I don't know if I was being a fan or not.
All right. So also something to probably clarify, so we don't get absolutely murdered by fanboys on social media. All of us did not include James Harden, Kevin Durant, and LeBron James because when you look at the NBA's statistic database, their website, they are not listed on anything because they have not qualified because of how many games they played. So it's not because we don't like them, even though I don't like a couple of them, but they do not qualify because they did not play enough games. Harden has only played 42 games. Durant has only played 31. And LeBron has only played 43. And I don't remember the exact amount of games you have to be able to play or the percentage of games you have to play, but those do not qualify. So that's why those perennial selections were left off of our lists. So, all right. So my honorable mention, I only have one, is Zach LaVine. I think he's been like top 10. He's been top 10 scoring like all year. I really wanted to find a way to put him in there, but I couldn't justify putting him in there over. It was really between him and Randall for me. Him and Randall or him and Booker. And I couldn't justify putting him in over them. I think both of those other guys have put up similar numbers, but they've also contributed to winning a little more than Levine. They've had a little more to work with as well, but.
What about Trae Young? Honorable mention?
No,
I don't think so either.
Really good player. Like I think he's a really good player. I'm not trying to hate on him, but I don't think he's quite in this conversation.
I agree.
Joe, who are your honorable mentions? You said Chris Middleton.
I was just playing.
Okay.
I was just playing about this. No, honorable mentions, man, that's tough because that's tough, man. Because there's so many teams, so many good players, but they're on losing teams, and then there's injuries. Like you start going down there, like you start looking at like honorable mentions. Sabonis maybe, but they don't win enough.
Sabonis is good. That's another guy deserving of honorable mention. He's had a hell of a season, but it's hard to like. How do you justify him over Randall when their statistics are nearly identical, but Randall's sitting in the 4th seed?
Exactly. What about, I was gonna say DeMar DeRozan, but no. I know it's tough because you got to think about all the injury. You got to take all the injured people off the list.
No Tatum.
Mm-hmm. Tatum was a close one for me.
Tatum, yeah, I forget honorable mention.
Tatum was a close one for me. Devion, you named Tatum.
No Kyrie.
That's a tough one. I put Kyrie on my 3rd.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't. Kyrie is definitely honorable mention. Zion, an honorable mention for sure.
Yeah, I'll give Zion. So.
Yeah. No, they're all really good.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's tough.
No, it was really hard coming up with this list. You know, I was telling you guys before the show, like I thought I'd be able to kind of do this pretty quickly, and I sat down. I made sure to write mine down because I knew I'd start forgetting or whatever. We get caught up. You know, Joe pissed me off, and I just start throwing someone in there because, you know, whatever. And this was tough. First team was fairly easy for me. The only one that was really tough was Jimmy versus Luka or Kawhi. But I landed on Jimmy because Kawhi's missed too many games for first team to me. And Luka, while he is super impactful, I don't think when he's such a liability on defense, that's a separator for me. I look at on impact on the game. And Luka is amazing offensively, but I think he leaves a lot to be desired.
Yeah, he doesn't bend his knees. He doesn't put his hands out. He's just terrible at defense. He just runs around. On Luka, he's so bad on defense. Like it's pretty bad. It's terrible. It's awful. Chicken without a head, man. It's awful.
All right, y'all. Well, I think that's gonna wrap up the show. I liked incorporating the Facebook comment into it. We're gonna try that again. I'll try to get that. I'll get that post out there a little earlier this week. But Dream to Possible. Happy Mother's Day. We're signing off.
Mother's Day.